And we're live, I think. What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Today is June 17th, so we're officially over the halfway point of the month, which is wild. I hope you guys are doing awesome. Summer is officially here. It is warm. Today, I think the high is like low 90s, and I just looked. Next Wednesday's stream, it'll be right around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So if I've got shorts on, so next week we'll see if I have my feet. Maybe I'll be standing in a kiddie pool for the stream. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's definitely warming up around here. So hope you guys are doing awesome. I did hit the reset button. So last week there was a lot of buffering and stuff going on. So after last week's stream, I did turn off the computer for maybe a day and then turned it back on. So it's been on since then. And so we'll see if that has any impact on the buffering stuff that was going on. The other thing I was supposed to do was update the Polymaker link, but I tried to do that and ran into some issues. So the Polymaker link in the description, as well as what's going to pop up in chat, is an old referral link. So it's not a referral link at all. I still am waiting on a response from Polymaker about that. So let's see who's here today. We got Lewis in the house, Lord Git, Tuxedo, Muzin's here, Down Under. Wow, you're here really early today. How's your wife doing? How's wifey doing after you said she had an operation last week? Hey Steve, let's see, Deanna's here. Let's see, I think that's everyone that's popped up in chat so far. Oh my gosh, 60 Fahrenheit. I would gladly trade you. I'm curious to see, we're going camping in I think it's 3 weeks from roughly today, and so I'm curious to see how hot it's gonna be. It'll be our first time camping as a family, so we'll see how it goes. Hey Reverend, hey TJ, hey Colin, hope you guys are doing well. I'm trying to think, is there any updates on things unrelated to the stream? Yeah, so I did give the green light on the Unimog, the cassette? Wow, I'm gonna butcher that. I think it's Cassadio. I think I'm saying that right. The Unimog project. I decided we were doing the 6x6 version, but we were just doing the trailer, not the like camper add-on, for two reasons. One, the camper add-on definitely adds a ton of weight to it. It also looks incredible, but has so much little detail that I feel like if I do that part of the build, we'll be done with it like 1 year from today. So I still think it's gonna take us a long time to build even the base version of it. So, but yeah, we are doing the 6x6. I spent a lot of time on the Facebook group for it, just kind of searching around, trying to get some answers. And so I'm doing the full build in PETG, just so that way, if it's stored in like the future shed or in the car for transport, I don't have to worry about anything melting. And then I might do some of the gears or the drive shaft in like a carbon fiber nylon. I was looking for just a regular PA12, but it doesn't look like Polymaker actually has that anymore, so we'll see. But I talked to Jason, and it looks like the kit will be here this week, and then I'm just waiting on filaments. Once filaments in, I'll do a test print, and as long as that's good, start printing out parts. So it's gonna be wild. 73, God, I am jealous, man. 73 Fahrenheit sounds awesome. I had a seat on the trailer and Jack could drive it. Yeah. Yeah. Hey Rod. So today we are diving back into the, I didn't take an allergy pill last night, dang it. Diving back into the Siboor boom. We have made a lot of good progress. Basically the base of it's all done. We got most of basically the tower itself is done. This still needs to get belted. Only the y-axis is belted right now, which I'm not sure this tension feels, we'll see. Only the y-axis, hey Stuart, is belted. So we still need to belt this, and then today is largely toolhead stuff. So we're going to see how far we can get. I'd love to do the full toolhead today, but it really just depends on how cooperative everything is today. 71 Fahrenheit with storms rolling in soon. Where are you at, Colin? It's freezing here. It's 38. Is it? Gosh. Yeah, 38 Fahrenheit sounds cold. Hey, Gergman. So let me pull up the assembly guide. This is where we are at, the X carriage. So we are going to install magnets, install some bolts, Get out that rail. And then we're doing belts. So let's get into it. Man, it is warm out here. I am, it's also coming from the house, which is, you know, really cool with the AC to out here. It just, I think that's why it's making the transition feel a little bit more aggressive for me today. So let's raise this up, and we'll probably just build the first part of this on the bed itself. I'll end up putting down a paper towel. Let's see. We will place this across the bed. Maybe double down, because we are going to be using some grease. And I don't want to get grease all over the PEI. I almost wonder if I should take off the spring steel. We'll leave it. It's fine. All right. So first things first, we need this piece right here. It looks like, right? Yep. So that piece is going there, and then we need some small pieces. Let's see. Are they yellow? They're not. They must be in this. Must be in this bag. How's everybody's week going? It's autumn. Yeah. You've got a very different climate going on down there right now. Okay, so this looks like this is probably one of the pieces we need. And this is the other piece we need. Okay. Okay, so we need magnets. Magnets. Where? Magnets. Okay, got magnets. Let me sit for a sec while I'm looking at this. What's stressful? What's stressful? No stress. Okay, so this is saying round magnet hex hole. The magnet seats here hold much better than a round hole. The seats have been carefully designed and tested to maximize holding power. Okay, does orientation matter for any of this stuff with the magnets? I assume yes. I would think that these guys need to attach to these guys. Let me zoom in a little bit too so you guys can maybe see a little bit better. I haven't done tap, I haven't done tap in, gosh, a long time. So is that correct that basically the polarity needs to make it where these guys are attracted to these guys? Or no? Or maybe it doesn't matter. Hey, you can't be in here right now. I'm streaming. You don't even have pants on. Go put pants on, dude. You can't come up here without pants on, but there's just... Steve is not in chat right now, buddy. Steve's not here right now. You can press one button, but you can't come up here, dude. We have a strict pants on rule, okay? There's not a lot of rules in the garage, but pants on is one of them. All right, press the button, buddy. Okay. Yeah, that's the newer one.
I wonder what's for
All right. Okay, you gotta go either back in the backyard or you gotta go in the house, buddy. You can't be in here right now with no pants on. You understand? And you go back out in the garage, back outside so Mama can see you. She's probably gonna be worried about you otherwise. Come on. I gotta lock this one for now, okay? Okay, I love you. A crazy pantless kid running around. All right. All right, yeah, magnets must attract. That makes sense. So let's let's do this. So okay, we got that. I mean, I get it, honestly. Like if there was if I wasn't streaming, having no pants on sounds great. It's pretty warm, like I said. All right, so let's do these magnets in the same orientation if at all possible for the ones that are going into here. So let's split these apart. There's one, and there's two. Okay, so let's get our Knipex pliers out and adjust these. Let's see how thick these need to be. This is going to be a little bit tricky to even squeeze in here, I think. Let's see. That might work. Oh, come on, let go of my magnet, please. Okay. Actually, I don't even need that. I'm just going to use an Allen key, a pretty large, or not Allen key, a driver. And we will put this here and just try to push. That's as far in as that's going. Is that? Hopefully that's not an issue. Okay, and then to match orientation, this guy should be going like this. Please don't fall out. There we go. Okay. So those seem good. Hopefully those stick. I don't know. I mean, well, I guess time will tell. Hey, Ballistic! Yeah, hopefully those stick. Let's see if I grab these magnets, if these are gonna try to pull themselves out or not. Okay. Yeah, they seem decently stuck. Okay, so next we're putting the magnets in these guys here. And the thing I want to determine is, so these are going to be going, oh yeah, they're going into a completely different piece, aren't they? So these are going into this piece, like this. Okay, so for orientation, let's just go ahead and adhere these like this, so that way we know they're in the right orientation. And then let's see if I can just kind of press these guys in like, oops. Like that, there we go. Okay. So we should be good, hopefully. How you doing, Ballistic? Ugh. Okay, that's as far in as that guy's going. And wait, how was Murph? Wasn't Murph last weekend? Anybody here go? I totally forgot that. I'm like 99% sure last week was Murph. Last weekend. Hey, Clown. Okay, so we have got this guy like this. And then it looks like we are just going to be installing these magnets in. Is that correct? That orientation? Ooh, that doesn't look right. That feels wrong. I think I did that wrong. Okay. Let's see, I think it needs to go, yeah, so the threaded insert needs to be facing inside, so this must be the right side. That feels better, I think. Mine aren't sticking out nearly as far as theirs appear to be though, which is interesting, but this seems correct. But maybe it's not. Oh man, what am I doing? Let me look at the shape of these. Something feels off. It might just be me. Like I said, I've done tap once. What'd you say? There are dots. Oh, there are dots on the printed parts? Okay, sweet. That is helpful. Okay, so this guy looks like it has two, oops. This one has, if that's the dots, 2 dots, and this guy has a single dot. So we've got single dot, double dot, and I don't see anything else. Is there dots on some other part that's supposed to mean something? Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, there's 2 dots right here. So the one with 2 dots is, I think I said this guy. Yeah. Okay, and so we want 2 dots like this. Okay, that looks better. That looks better. This guy looks like it's sticking out correctly, I think. And then this guy, I'm assuming it's just kind of mirrored. The single dot are there. So I take it this is how it's going. Yeah, I think that has to be right. Hopefully that's right. I assume we can check this. Yeah, this has to be right. The things I'm looking at are 2 dots there, 1 dot there, and then there's these little like tiny pieces on the corners here, and mine match up with those, so this has to be correct. Okay, so next we need what? We need... So it looks like we're not doing anything with screwing those parts in at this point. We are basically just taking our MGN9 rail. Okay. I think before I do that, I'm gonna shove grease inside of the block and then I'll take it off. Actually, if we... We'll see, we'll see. Where is that rail? Wait, is that rail inside here maybe? No. Where is that rail? This is a power supply. Uh-oh, I'm not seeing... Is this it? I found it. Okay. Okay. Hey, Kenneth. Okay, so this guy needs to get cut open. Some flush cutters. We did make some progress finally on the shed. I did a bunch of string lines in a couple places where we were considering having it, and we decided on a 10 foot by 16 foot shed. We have configured it, and so the let me think for a sec here. I'm gonna grab for this one. I think I am just gonna apply grease directly to the balls and hope for the best. But I do want some sort of a container. There's got to be an empty container around here somewhere. Give me 1 sec. Let me do a quick little walk around and see if I find something I can use just to prevent the balls from. Man, all my containers. Oh, you know what? We'll just use this lid. This lid's probably gonna be sufficient. So yeah, we got that done. I did get a quote for concrete, and the price was fair, I think. The biggest thing I don't love, which Aaron said also completely turned her off, was when we received the quote from him, the amount of spelling errors in the quote were mind-blowing. Instead of it saying concrete slab, it said concrete slap with a P at the end of it. And then instead of mesh wire, it said like, I don't know, it just, it didn't, I get that it maybe means nothing, but in my opinion, like on such a small quote, like how can you have such little attention to detail to not make sure that there's not spelling errors all over it? So we'll see. I submitted everything because we're HOA. I had to submit everything to HOA. They just emailed me back telling me that they submitted it to the, was it the engineering committee? Or I don't know what the heck they call it. Some silly name. Okay, so that does slide on nicely. So let's try to grease these balls. So we'll see what happens. At least you know he didn't use AI. Yeah, dude, I couldn't believe it. Like the big line item, right? It just says concrete slap. And I'm like, oh, dude. I told him when he came out here that like I had to get approval from HOA and then I had to pull a permit for the electrical. So I said, take your time. And I'm like, man, like I told you to take your time. Take your time means like just check that the one line item that doesn't have all sorts of spelling errors in it. Okay, so contradiction, yeah. He's like, no, you paid me for a concrete slab. All right, so I'm going to attempt to just, oh man, there's like some, no, hold on. I got fuzzies on this. I don't want fuzzies being shoved into the balls. Okay. All right. Wow, the temperature and the fact that this is getting lower is really helping the grease come out a lot easier. Okay, I'm pretty sure I usually use a tweezers or like a, yeah, small tweezers like this. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this and not have balls pop out everywhere and regret doing this. Okay, we already had ball pop. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do this, guys. Yeah, balls are popping out like crazy, dude. I'm not doing this. I'm gonna put the cover back on in a sec here. Let me get these balls back in. Let me clear out this grease. Should have just gone with my gut. Should have just gone with my gut, but I didn't. That's okay. Okay. So I am going to attempt to put this guy back on. Balls are wanting to pop out. You know what? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this guy back out like that. Get all the balls back in place one more time. Okay, let's try the plastic one. Okay, so we still lost a ball. So let me get that back in on this side. Nope, don't fly away, please don't fly away. There we go. Okay, all of our balls are in place. So I'm going to slide the metal rail back on. I'm going to shove a bunch of grease through it, swap it back to the plastic one. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna brute force grease into this guy. Oh, geez. Lost all his marbles yet? No, but I tried in this one. I was just gonna apply grease directly to the balls, but they were popping off, man. I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to clean this nozzle, shove a bunch of grease into it, and call it good enough. Because having slightly less grease than necessary, in my opinion, is better than having missing balls for this. So, all right, grease is in. Now we're going to just slide this guy off. Like so. Okay, should be good. I'm gonna clean all this excess grease up though. Yeah. It is a yes, Lisa. It is a very short rail. I'm thankful it at least seemed like I was able to get all of the balls back in, but I just don't want to chance it, man. I barely moved it a few links or a few balls and already had 2 pop out, and so if that's foreshadowing what the rest of it was going to look like, then I'd rather not. If you end up clipperizing the boom, apparently the tap won't work, so minimal effort on this rail. Got it. That is good to know. All right, I think that's probably good enough. Maybe one last little dab. This guy's got quite a bit of grease in it still. That's fine. Okay. And then there's a little bit of excess on this guy, so let's just wipe and wipe. All right, I've got greased up fingers. Awesome. Okay, I think we'll call that fine. We throw that in the trash and put this guy back over here. Okie dokie. So we are going to take this piece here and we are going to attach it with why are there... It's almost like standoffs built into it. I assume that's intentional. Okay, so let's just get some M3 8-button heads. Are these supposed to have... Oh no, these have nuts that go into them. Okay, so we need M3 hex nuts. I didn't see that. M3 hex nuts. Those are way too large. These are M3. And then we need M3 8. M3 8, there we are. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those look a little too big. They must be correct. Okay, these are M3 8s. All right. You need a standoff. Got it. Okay, so basically it's going to hit a physical unstop in the toolhead. Okay, so yeah, let's start with the 2. If orientation is wrong on this, so orientation, it should be like this. And then we're gonna drop 2 nuts into the pockets. Okay, so 1. Nope. Okay. Oops. I don't know why they had us put these magnets in right now. Like they just want to fall out since we haven't secured them in yet, but it's what the instructions show. So we got 2 of these, and I don't think I have a 2. I don't think I have the right driver down here, so we're gonna use an Allen key for this. This is just going in like this. Okay. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. There we go. Okay, I'm just going loose for now. So the top one's in. Please go into your home. There we go. Yeah, this is for tap, which is interesting because I was always told that the like Enderwire, Switchwire type setups weren't stiff enough for tap, but that's what they're using. So we are going to roll with it and see how it all works out. Okay, those probably need to be tightened a little bit more, but they're at least in for now. And then the bottom one is an M3 4, or no, M3 by 40. 3 by 40 is going to be inside here, which is going to be the longest one out of the bunch. So that is this single piece. And then we need a heat insert. Okay. Looks like, so the heat insert is going to be a standoff. I do kind of remember this. So the heat insert just gets threaded on, looks like this direction. A lot of spinning here. Okay, so this guy's on, like the heat insert's on, and then it looks like we need a lot more M3 nuts coming in from the bottom. So for this one, okay. So I think for this one, it's going to be this far one right there. So let's start with that. Come on. All right. Let's just drop this in like that. Is it all the way? Doesn't look like it's all the way, but kind of doesn't seem like it wants to go in further. We'll try it. Okay. Yeah, it seems like that worked. All right, now that those are actually in, let me tighten these down just a hair more. Currently in the process of building an ender wire. Oh, nice. How far into the build are you? Okay, that's good. Oop. Did anybody answer? Did anybody here go to Murph? Or is it maybe everybody that went to Murph is still recovering? I know Zombie went and Liz went at the very least, but I haven't seen either of them in chat. Okay, that's plenty tight. Okay, so we got those. It looks like there's 2 more nuts that need to go in. Need to go in on the sides here, but showing the same thing twice. What is going on here? Probe tap, probe tap. Didn't we just do this? Is this just like a different? That's weird. They like kind of have the same instructions on twice, but like this one is just sort of a placeholder page. This one actually gives you detail. Okay. Okay, so we need M312s then. We're finally gonna attach those magnets. We should have done that, in my opinion, prior to doing all the other stuff, but instructions didn't state that, so that's all right. Okay. I went to Murph. How was it? What do you think about Murph hanging hands? I don't know what in the world that is. This is the first time I've ever heard. Might be the first time I've ever heard anyone use the say hanging hands. I don't even know what that is. All right, so yeah, now we're going to. It looks like probably not fully tighten these because they're slotted. So we will just kind of install these like that, but still leave it loose enough where this can still slide for now. And then this guy needs to go back into his home, and that is going to be like this. Okay, so these are both still like really loose, but until I understand what the alignment needs to be. How different is it? How different from a Switchwire is Boom except for the rails? Well, toolhead's different. Obviously you're not just well, converting an ender. There's acrylic, like there's less printed parts on this. There's, let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. You can't see that, you just get leg shot. There's acrylic stuff in the front that's definitely not on the Enderwire. It uses tap, which is substantially different than Enderwire. Enderwire, I think, all use inductive probe. And what else? What else? What else? That might largely be it. It runs Marlin, which I think Enderwire is pretty much. I think Enderwires almost exclusively use Clipper, as far as I've seen. I don't know that I've ever seen a Enderwire doing Marlin. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist, though. Changing hands. What do you think of changing hands? Feel like it's gonna be a lot more precise and reliable. Good addition to my Merc. Oh, the Enderwire. It's the group that Zanny, Maker, Zach is involved with. Hopefully Murph will continue to be a great event. Oh, you're saying it's changing hands. Oh, you're saying like the person that's running it, that's in charge of it, it's okay. I was like, what is that? Some kind of a thing they're doing, like a print project? Tuxedo! Thank you so much, man, for the 16 months. Oh man, I screwed up. We gotta do double.
Don't.
Thanks for the 16 months, man. Would it be possible to hard mount an Ender bed and use Voron tap on Enderwire? Everything I've seen says don't use tap on like an Enderwire or on a. Oh wow, that was really fast. I just got an email saying the architectural request from the HOA has approved my shed. Sweet. All right, well, I need to get down to the city then and figure out what I need to do for permits. That's really exciting. He's a Florida man, he confuses everything. What changes will be I missed this year after going 4 years in a row. Yeah, I'm curious to see like if they completely redo like the layout of Murph, or if it stays similar. Because my first Murph was either in 2017 or 2018, and the way I picture Murph is always like super casual, kind of chaotic, but it kind of is like, as much as like the chaos has been a few times where I've been there like a bit much, like it just like goes with what Murph is, but it's always like super laid back, kind of feels just like way casual. And then like pizza and beer to me is like that, like that's what I think of Murph, like just a bunch of people hanging out. But like, and like Murph started off as that. I think if you look at its origin story, it was literally just a group of a few people hanging out, drinking beer, eating pizza, talking 3D printing. And like that vibe of Murph, as much as there's people I've seen that are like, yeah, like I like the other events because they're a little, you know, a little bit more organized, and I get that. But for me, like there's something endearing about Murph being this just like kind of hot mess, but like such a fun hot mess, you know? A precursor, an HOA that allows sheds. Yeah, super hot and super humid. Lots of stuff happened in the past 45 months. Oh my gosh, 45 freaking months. I was like, wait, are we talking about Murph? Dude, thank you so much, Rod, for all the continued support. Also, Gergman, holy cow, I didn't see that either. We'll do a Hadouken, and we'll do a squirrel. Thank you so much, Gergman, for the support. Yeah, so the HOA, like, I mean, our HOA sucks in general, right? Like, largely, there's not a lot good. They take money that I don't know where it goes to because we don't have really much of any amenities. But the rules are for, like, the shed that, the only real rules are that you can only have, I think, up to 2, like, sheds, or they call them accessory units, right? Like, so units outside of your primary dwelling. And then the other main thing is, like, they care about how it looks. So for the shed, we have to make sure that it's painted the same color as the house. And so when I sent them the request form, which I will say they were really fast. I sent the first one on Saturday. They got back to me on Monday saying that there were some missing things. They needed a plan and the colors. And when I sent that to them, and they submitted it to the architectural committee at 8 o'clock this morning, and now it's 12:40 and it's already been approved. So yeah, the main thing I had to send them was like, this is, I'll show you guys this really quick, but like, So like house colors are, do we have autofocus on or no? Maybe we don't. House colors are in the background, and then the paint chips are like the colors of the shed are going to be. So I just show them like, hey, it's a pretty dang close match. So yeah, so far, like, there's a few neighbors that just do stuff without asking the HOA. But in my mind, like, I don't want to risk a fee or, you know, especially like a shed's going to cost a substantial amount of money. So I wanted to make sure I did everything above board up front. So they've been really solid about that so far. Musin with the 19 months. You guys, holy cow, a lot of pizza time. Thank you so much, Musin. Thank you everybody for the crazy continued support through the shenanigans and garden talk and shed talk and fish talk and allergies and all of the awesome stuff. Pizza and beer. Yeah, it was super, like, my first Murph was my first. So like, all right, quick story time, and then we'll get back to it. So I had been in 3D printing since 2013, 2014, but it was always just myself, right? Like, and doing some YouTube videos. Oh my god, Egg Clown, jeez. Thank you so much, man. So, I refuse to live in fear of an HOA. Yeah, so there's not an option out here for it. Unless you buy land and build land, or you buy an old house, everything is HOA. And when we were looking to buy a house a couple years ago, it was so competitive out here that like people were just doing cash offers that we had to go with a new build. I will say that I was very aware of what rules would be in place for an HOA largely, and like I read through their very technical form, and nothing in there seemed like out of line to me. So I was okay with it. Would I rather not have one? Absolutely. If I didn't have an HOA, I would have chickens in the backyard, and I can't have chickens in the backyard. So there's certain things like that, but to me, the rules they had I didn't feel like I was too restricted. I'd rather be not restricted at all, but like I at least felt like I can live with these things and be okay with it. But I get it. I totally get it, not wanting one at all. Okay, so anyways, story time. Yeah, so I got into 3D printing in 2013, 2014, but it was always just me, right? Like, it was me sharing stuff on YouTube. I'd never met anybody outside of like myself and my little bubble that had like one or two other people that 3D printed. And then I got hired on at Matter Hackers in, I think it was like 2017 or 2018. They told me that like, hey, we're going to Murph, and I know you just got hired on, but we feel like these are your people and that you would do an awesome job there. So I was like, yeah, sure. And I was super nervous, right? Like I'm social, but I'm also like I do a lot of things by myself a lot. I'm alone a lot. Like, right outside of my wife and my kids, like I just kind of exist in a dungeon of sorts, whether it's the garage dungeon or upstairs dungeon. And before it was like, you know, a 1-bedroom that I was like working out of. So I was nervous but excited, and it was so much fun. Meeting people, like other content creators, meeting viewers, and like the event was it was chaos. It was like sardines packed inside of this place. It was chaos, but like it was so fun. Like you can just feel the excitement and the energy in the air, and like the passion from people that are just working on projects or tinkering with their printers. And obviously back then in 2017 or 18, like it was this was like if I'm not no, was it pre-Ender 3? I want to say it was pre-Ender 3. I'm almost positive it was pre-Ender 3. Like, so most everyone back then that was into 3D printing was like really into 3D printing, because they were all like modding and tinkering and hacking away at things, and like it was so fun. And then on the last day, it was like a big party where there was like pizza and beer and everyone hanging out, and like it just felt like the biggest gathering of friends ever. So I really love the way I really loved that vibe. Like, a lot of people have described these stream hangouts as sort of like locker room talk, really casual. That's the vibe I got from there. And for someone like me, I felt so right at home, because I've been to a lot of trade shows, which like are trade shows and not like not Rep Rap Fest, and they're so like buttoned up, and they're still like really awesome people, but they're a lot more like businessy. And this was just like, no, these are my people, man. We're just a bunch of nerds like that love 3D printing. It was so fun. So yeah. You, Nero, Kanik, Taylor, and Steve are what got me into this hobby so much. Yeah, it makes me happy, because I love 3D printing. I mean, it's been 12, 13 years now, and like it's changed a lot, and you know, but I still love it. Whether it's the tinkering, whether it's the functional fixes, like it's just, to me, it's still so fun. It's so awesome. So Hey, Rob. Not all HOs are bad. It's just when you make stupid demands. One around here tried to say that this guy couldn't park his brand new pickup in driveway. Yeah, like, I know some of my neighbors are pissed about the HOA. Like, I have a neighbor across the street that has a boat, and they will not let him leave his boat in the driveway. Granted, his boat is a fixer-upper, so, like, I could understand a little bit of that, but, like, he covers it up with a cover, and to me, like, it doesn't bug me at all. Like, I some of the stuff, like, I get that they can't, I get that they have to have hard rules, but I almost wish in certain instances they'd be like, well, we'll leave it to a vote of the neighbors or something like that. Because for me, a lot of the stuff that people complain about, I just don't care. Like, I have a few things that, like, I nitpick about. Like, I've mentioned this before on here, but, like, growing up in the neighborhood I grew up with, we had, like, 3 neighbors that left Christmas lights up all year round. Like, they just never came down. And in my mind, like, I don't know why, it always drove me crazy. Even when I was younger, like a teenager, I'm like, if you can't take your lights down at some point, like, you're not responsible enough to have Christmas lights. And so there was a neighbor on this neighborhood that had their lights up to like February, and the HOA is like, hey, you gotta take them down. And I was not upset by that. So there's certain rules where I'm like, okay, if we're not gonna be responsible adults, like, maybe someone needs to say something. But I do think that the issue is, like, where's that line between this is reasonable and, like, you're just trying to be like hall monitor type, you know, type thing where, so yeah. Whoa, 760, what's up, dude? I haven't seen you in gosh forever. How you doing? Hey, Beads. Dude, I haven't seen you in, man, like a year plus at least. How's it going? How's all the guitar stuff going? All right, let's make a little bit of progress here. So block is going back on. How are we keeping the block from falling off? That is my concern. There's two questions I have right now. The first question is, it shows that we need to add nuts. Like, we haven't added these nuts yet. Those look like they're probably going to be for the belt clamp. I'm happy to add them. My concern is if I add them, they're just going to fall out if we're not putting a screw in there. I'll gladly add them just for now to have. But then my second concern is if I slide this block on here, this is obviously going to stop it from falling off on that direction. But what's going to stop it from falling off the top right now? That is my concern. I'm good working in game dev. No way. We're making a Guitar Hero type of game. Still printing, but on the side now. Dude, that is awesome. Is it sort of like a making a Guitar Hero type game? Is it, I assume, like an indie dev type thing? And is it something where you guys are hoping to release it on a platform like Steam, or is it going to be a standalone thing? That's awesome, dude. Armor, what's going on? Govi has a light set that stays up all year, so at Christmas, yeah, those are totally fine, of course, Lisa. Like the light, those are absolutely fine. Yeah, I'm talking about like the big danglers, right? Like the, you know, the big Christmas light teardrop things that are all colored hanging from the rafter. Yeah, we have a few neighbors that have those Govi things as well, and those are totally fine. I mean, they're hidden, you know, unless they're on. All right, let's try to do this. Okay, so we're gonna install the nuts in the bottom here. I think they're gonna fall out, at least based off the other ones. They don't seem like they're, the pockets are very, let me put these nuts back in here. Pockets don't seem very tight, which is a concern. So yeah, those just slide right in. So the second I turn this over, they fall right out. So what's the point of installing these right now? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, but we do need to get this rail on here, so let's try this. See if I can do this without damaging anything. Okay, why is this rail? Okay, there we go. We didn't lose any balls. Wow, this thing barely moves at all. That is like, there's a very small amount of movement, which I get that's all it needs. Okay, we got that guy on there. Let's see, yeah, it's a new studio called Red Octane Games that were owned by a larger company, nice, called Embracer. It uses instrument controllers and everything made by our sister company, CRKD. Nice, dude. Are you fully remote then for that, or did you have to move somewhere to take on that job? Congratulations, man. I'm sure, like, considering like how passionate you've been about just that whole space, dude, it's got to be a bit of a dream come true. I started another summer class. Oh, got it. This one is pretty demanding. It's a lot of work, but on the positive note, tonight is my daughter's first dance recital. That's exciting, man. I hope it goes well. That's awesome. I'm remote, but I moved from New York City to Florida at the beginning of the year. Nice. How's that transition been? My brother's actually in Florida now. He moved from California to Florida. Okay, so now we need M36 button heads. So we're going to be sliding on this guy. And the orientation for this looks like this. Like this. Okay. Okay, let me get the screws out. M36, M36. Where, oh where? Some of the screws that they put in here, the layout of the grid doesn't make a ton of sense to my brain, but that's fine. It's not that bad. Okay, so M36s look like they're in here. I found them. She's very excited, but also this afternoon I'm going to her daycare. A little earlier, they are doing a Father's Day. Oh, dude, that's awesome. She's super excited as well. That's so cool. I forgot it's Father's Day this weekend. I thought it was last weekend. I talked to my dad because his birthday is on June 6th, and so I was like, hey man, like, what do you want for Father's Day? Since it was just your birthday, like, you know, is there something that you'd like? And he asked me, like, is Father's Day this weekend? And this was like leading up to last weekend. I was like, yeah, man, it's Sunday. And then when last weekend rolled around, I was like, I was a week off. Father's Day is next Sunday. Dude, have a slice of pizza for me, man, please. Happy early Father's Day to you and all the fathers in chat. I love it. New York City was too cold. Also, the Facebook Marketplace deals down here are amazing in comparison. I got a 2-tool XL. Holy cow. That is awesome, man. Yeah, that's definitely, I'm on like the opposite end of that. Like going from California to Idaho, the amount of like crazy, Facebook Marketplace wasn't what I used. It was mostly OfferUp, or there was two of them. It was like OfferUp, and then I can't think of what the name of the other one was. But yeah, then I came out here and was like, dude, OfferUp is kind of not a thing. Everyone out here uses Facebook Marketplace, and it's decent, but I mean, compared to the population of California, it's certainly, why are we not screwing in? Why are we not screwing in? Let me see if I can get the other one in. Is it because it's not fully on the, oh, it's not fully on the rail. There we go. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I don't think we're doing much Father's Day. We've got a bunch of stuff coming up. Like, I think we're going to a rodeo on Saturday, which is, I'm excited. Aaron and I haven't been to a rodeo since I was like, man, probably middle school or something like that. And in Idaho, there's a bunch of them. We wanted to go, but the kids have been so young. I mean, Landon's 10 months, so I still need to look into some earmuffs or something like that for him, but Jack's gonna love it. And then the following Saturday, there's like a hot air balloon thing going on, so we're gonna go watch those. And then I think the following weekend, so there's just like a lot of stuff going on. So, well, we're not doing anything, I don't think, specifically for Father's Day. We're gonna be doing some family stuff, so that'll kind of be the Father's Day stuff. Dad told me Father's Day was last weekend too. You're the one giving up. Oh no. Speaking of my brother, we get some hi chill Nixon chat. That's my brother. What's up, dude? That's so funny. Yeah, I'm the one that told Dad it was last weekend, so that's the reason why he told you it was last weekend. Yeah, my calendar is just off. I thought for sure it was last weekend. So funny. There's a Mark IV near me right now for $350. Tempted, but I'd have to upgrade to a 4S, and I just got the A2L. I need to make more room in my garage. Yeah, that's super cool though, man. How long have you been in Florida? You said, I can't remember when you said you moved. And also, where in Florida are you? Okay, I think we're pretty much tight on this. Try not to overdo it. I know it looks like I'm probably like cranking down on these, but I'm only using my thumb, geez words, and my pointer, and I am feeling that once it gets a little too tight that I'm stopping. So, all right, let's make sure this can still slide. I don't really want to slide it much because I don't want this to pop off, but yeah, we're still moving, which is good. End of January, I'm about an hour north of Miami. Nice, nice, nice. Landon is 10 months. Okay, I lied a little bit. We've been rounding, but technically he's 10 months at the end of this month. So he's not quite. He's 9 months and some change. Also, he got his first tooth. I gotta show you guys this teeth. Jackson already had like almost all of his teeth at this point, but Landon's, he's been teething forever, but like just got his tooth here. I gotta show you guys this. Hold on. It's freaking adorable, man. Look at this little thing. Let's see. Look at that little tooth. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but like right there. So he finally popped through his first teeth. But he's a gummy dude, man. He's like all gums still pretty much. And he's a lot more interested in food than Jackson was now. Like every time we're eating, he's staring at us like, and I'm like, dude, you gotta get some more chompers in before we can give you into this. Someone on Facebook Marketplace here was selling a Mark 3S for $150. Wow. And that means I still have a Micro Center near me. That's awesome. That's super freaking cool. So what's the deal with this printer? I actually peeked at Siboor's website there. We can sell this printer. Yeah, it's basically just a super budget kind of like Switchwire / Enderwire inspired machine. Maurice with the 35 months. What's going on, brother? Yeah, he's got a sharp chomper. Yeah, so it's basically like an Enderwire / Switchwire. I'd say it's probably closer to an Enderwire than a Switchwire. The main difference, there's a few main differences actually. Let me go to the, hold on, let me change camera view really quick here. So, what's up, buddy? Jackie's. Okay, you want to say hi real quick? Jackson's here, you want to say hi? I was just showing them your brother's teeth, dude. Ready? Here's our Jack attack. Can you say hi, everybody? What's going on? What day is today? Today gymnastics day? Yeah, buddy. You want to say hi to Steve? Steve is not in chat right now. You know what? You can, if Steve watches the rerun, he might hear it. You want to say, you can here talk to them and say hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Yeah, he said hi, Steve. So, where's Jack? Show him your teeth. Show a big smile. Show go. Jack's got a lot of teeth, man. They said, "Hey, Jack with pants. It's nice to see you with pants on, bud." Huh? Earlier you came out here, dude. You were just living the life, man.
What are you doing that? Hey.
I am building a printer slowly as you could. That one right there. That's the one. This is gonna go on here, right? This is to hold the hot end, and then
Hey, why
the paper towels. Because I use this stuff. See this? This is, you don't want to touch it and get your hands all like slippery, but this is grease. And so Daddy was using grease, and so I put the paper towels down so that way the grease wouldn't get on the printer. Because if the grease gets on the printer, then the prints won't stick down when it's time to print. So it's just to protect it. Cool. Hey, Lisa says, hi, Jack. Nice shirt. Oh my gosh, Lisa's almost at 4 freaking years. Thank you so much, Lisa. You want to say, can you say hi, Lisa? Here, say.
Hi, Lisa.
He says, hi, Lisa.
Hi.
You want to press one button? I gotta get back to work because we got 1 hour till we gotta go to gymnastics, and Daddy has done very little on the build today. You want to press one button and I'll let you go in the backyard? Yeah? Okay. You can't press the what's for dinner button. It's gotta be a different button. I know somebody that really likes this one if you want to make him laugh. That's silly, huh? Yeah, we'll see if he sees it in chat or if he pops up in chat. Hey, Nice is here. Hi, Nice.
Hi.
Grease lightning. Yeah, so. Alrighty, I'm gonna let you go in the backyard so Daddy can get back to work, okay? Alright, buddy. You say bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day. Yeah.
Bye, Steve.
Bye, Steve. Okay, come on. Alright, sit down. Alright. So you.
That.
Huh?
What's that?
That's a megaphone. You don't need a megaphone. That's very loud. Okay? Daddy got that for fun. I can't give it to you because you're already very loud. You understand? Okay. So go in the backyard, and Mommy said she'll be back there for you. Okay? It's actually really nice outside. Okay. I love you. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay? You say good luck, Daddy. Okay. Thanks, bub. Thanks. Love you. I'll see you in a little bit, dude. He's a cool kid, that guy. All right. Anyways, let me really quickly run through this. So yeah, it's basically like an ender wire, with the difference being that it doesn't actually require an ender to build it. The other differences are, 1, it runs Marlin. 2, it doesn't actually show it here. So it uses linear rods instead of linear rails, although there is a linear rail for the x-axis. I don't like this is auto rotating on me. It uses like a dragon burner instead of a stealth burner. It also uses tap, as you probably see me putting together, instead of an inductive probe, which is kind of interesting. They also use some laser cut acrylic pieces instead of printed parts for some of the skirts, which makes assembly a little bit faster, I think. Maybe not a lot faster. But also they use the acrylic pieces for alignment for the rods, which is kind of cool. So yeah, but yeah, it runs Marlin, and it's pretty. I mean, for a full kit, pretty dang inexpensive, which is cool. So, Mini Maker said hi. Oh, she should be asleep. I know that one all too well, man. Nice with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, man. Nice. Since last week, I went to the shed place. We decided on the shed. I laid down string line. I submitted a request to the HOA and got approval from the HOA. So this week, hopefully, I can either call or run down to the city, to the building and planning department, and figure out what sort of permits I need. Technically, we shouldn't need a permit because it's a 10 by 16, and the rules here in the city are any structure over 200 square feet needs a permit. But because I'm having conduit ran from like basically this wall into the shed, because there's a 20 amp circuit I want to be able to tap into, we have to get some sort of permitting, at least on the electrical side. So that's the next big step there. I want to do a building one eventually, but I'm so absorbed in the bamboo ecosystem at this point. I get it, man. I get it. For a lot of my printing, that's also what I've been using. And I know that you've been for a long time, when you were doing like production printing and selling parts, like the tinkering side of things kind of becomes less attractive, and you just want to get stuff out as quickly as possible. So yeah, I can understand that totally. All right, yeah. So hopefully nice, in a couple months time, you won't have to look at my racks. you won't have to check out my racks. So yeah, way less attractive, unfortunately. I totally get it, man. I like having both, but again, I'm not doing, I'm not having to do a bunch of production printing parts. Mine's like projects around the house and things like that, where it's a different beast. Not that you can't get any of the DIY printers to be rock solid reliable, but it's certainly more work up front, that's for sure. So, okay, we have got, this is all done basically. We do not have nuts in the bottom because slightly loosen the screws before adjusting the ball tension. Fasten them again later. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna move this piece that we just assembled off to the side here. And then I'm going to remove all of these paper towels that Jack was asking about. Place these over here for now under my garlic. Garlic is drying out, for anyone that missed it. I harvested garlic for the first time, and I think this is like a week and a half of them drying, so probably another like week and a half, then I'll be able to cut the necks off, cut the roots off, clean them up, and hang them somewhere. So I'm very excited to try them. I can't remember the name of this variety offhand, but it's definitely not your standard like, oh, whoa, this one actually, that's kind of cool. One of the scapes I didn't snap off, and it flowered on me. Oh, I hope that doesn't make I don't think it'll have much impact on the flavor of it, so. I just went through that with my Trudon. I forgot you had the Trudon. It has the pad 7, the C1, and the C1 absolutely cannot handle beacon. Yep, it got worse over time. Grabbed one of my spare Pi 4s, and reflashed. Nice. 53 pounds down, dude. That is incredible. I don't know why I did the squirrel for that one, but that's awesome. Congratulations, nice. All right. So yes, we are going to loosen. It says loosen the screws on the side, which I thought we already had these pretty loose, but let's verify that. Let me drop down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, those are actually a little bit too tight. Is this the right size? It sure is. Okay, that's clearly loose. Okay, so now that's moving. And then on these guys, it says, turn the screw clockwise to pull a higher tension on the belt. Yeah, I am aware of that. Thank you. How do I make sure that this is not, Okay, I don't think it's got any tension right now. Hopefully not. I'm gonna loosen the other side. I'm not gonna show you guys, but I'm gonna do the exact same thing I just did. Okay. I also had to put wipers on my Prius XL, but they still haven't done. Why they still haven't done that, I don't understand. Also grease the couplers to make sure the tool attached properly. Where of course it's single head, but multi. Yeah, I don't have any experience with the XL, man. I've seen both. Like I've seen some people have really good, like really good luck, and there's a couple people I've followed for a long time that seem to have just a lot of issues. So I don't know. I'm out. Have a great stream. Hopefully be able to see you along in the next one. The printer looks great though. Hey, thanks, man. We're a few weeks out from starting the Unimog build, so that'll be a ton of fun. Hopefully you can catch some of that. Have fun at the dance recital, and also enjoy the pizza, man. Time with your daughter. Okay, belt path. Take your time and make sure your belt's routed is as intended. Belts should never rub on plastic parts. Wait, did I miss something? Because on this, they already show that this is on. Ah! Okay, so this is where we're going to use those nuts. So M312 socket heads. Well, it doesn't show attaching this. Am I crazy? It doesn't show. There's screws here, like that would go into the rail. But I didn't see anywhere it showed to attach it. Interesting. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna really quickly check something here. Okay, it looks like M320 button heads. I just looked at the CAD, so let's actually what did I just say? M320s? Okay, so let's do a couple of things. Let's okay, let's get these nuts in first on the bottom. Nice, thank you so much. Smash the like button. Yeah, if you haven't hit the like button, do so, please. M320 button heads. Let me pull those out right now so we have them and I don't have to keep remembering what they are. M320s, M320s, M310s, M320s. Okay, so these are M320s. And then what did we need for the other ones? They were socket heads, I know that. M312 socket heads are what we need. M312 socket heads. Okay. Okay. So now that is way out of focus. Let's get back in focus. So we're gonna drop these nuts in the bottom here, and then we need some plastic pieces. These guys. Hey Benny, happy Wednesday. So you put the belt in the holder pieces loosely, then slide shows you later putting in the belts. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what my game plan was. My game plan was right now was just to get them in loosely. Because otherwise, like, well, one, I won't be able to get the belts in, but two, if I don't put the nuts in this right now, I'll be fighting gravity because the nuts will just want to fall out. So it makes more sense to get these in now. Put this back here. Come on, buddy. Okay, that is really tight. Why are we so tight? I guess it's just the way it is. Actually, it shouldn't be. Oh, crap, I dropped the nut. Hold on. Okay. Try that again. Okay. Okay. Wow, that doesn't seem great. So the issue I'm seeing is that I have like no gap for the belt to go in. Even if I just thread this in a couple of turns. Let me see, which side do I have this in? Yeah, so if I just thread this in like... Okay, I'm just gonna thread this in like one turn. I don't know that I'll be able to get the belt in there very easily. We'll see, I guess. Hey, John. What eddy probe are you going to run after you get tired of waiting for tap? Well, if I'm doing an eddy probe, then I'm going to be switching to clipper. So I don't know. For now, I'm just going to run it as Marlin, even if it's just for the memes. But yeah, I don't know. What am I doing? Something feels off here. Maybe it's just because it's not going in all the way. I'm gonna just tighten this and then back it off. I wish that this hole, like, I almost think I should remount this hole so that way the yellow piece is able to slide easier. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see, where is my reamers? Here we go. Oops. Let's not throw blades around. Okay, so this is M3. How do you keep the nut from falling out then, Gergman? Or is the nut just gonna fall out on me? So that's really my biggest thing right now, is that if I take these screws out, the nut's just gonna fall right out. I mean, if I have to deal with it, I have to deal with it, but it definitely seems like there should be a better way of doing this. What's your thoughts on the current tool changer revolution? It seems really cool. I watched vids when I came. I'm definitely not as absorbed as I used to be. I mean, they're really rad. I think that the biggest issue currently is designs that utilize it. Like, oh, there we go. Hold on. Okay, that's a little bit better. Yeah, the biggest thing is that there's not a lot of designs that utilize multi-material, right? Like, I mean, it's even cool for multicolor because you have less waste and it's way faster. And like, there's things like full spectrum printing, which is totally not really a realistic thing without tool changing. So yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. I think it's rad. I'm just curious to see what sort of stuff people end up designing and what we're able to do now that we can combine different materials easier than before. For anyone wondering, I am testing out the Creator 5 and the Creator 5 Pro, but I will be, as always with everything I do, tardy to the party as far as like getting out a review, because I don't rush things. I'm wrapping up the review of the Bambu Lab X2D, and then after that, the next series of machines that will be getting more of my attention is the Creator 5 line. But yeah, the main one I've been using is, I have the Pro Forge that we built, which has been fine. I haven't been able to do a ton of stuff with it just because space upstairs in the studio is I only have enough space to basically work on whatever the current thing is that I'm testing on, so it's kind of off to the side. But one second here. What were these? These were M320s, I think. The U1, the Snapmaker U1, I've used quite a bit, and that's been surprisingly solid considering its price point, and it's their first go at like a true tool changer. I'm losing my mind, guys. I cannot find where this came from. Here we go. Yeah, I'm hoping FlashForge comes around. I don't think FlashForge has ever been open source, which is probably one of the biggest issues. I mean, I don't necessarily care that they aren't open source. Like, I think that they need to abide by whatever open source stuff they're using. But like I said, I mean, I use Bambu Lab printers, and they're certainly not open source. So I don't think that's a requirement. But if they are using, obviously, open source stuff like firmware related things and whatnot, then that part of it should at least absolutely be open source. But yeah, if they don't open source the full machine, like give you CAD and all that, then I don't expect every manufacturer to do that. This is awkward. I feel like I should tilt the machine. Yeah, the U1 has really impressed me. Given that machine's price especially, I mean, even if it was like, I think that people would be impressed with it even if it was like 50% more. I think that the community would be smaller because anytime price goes up, obviously, there's, you know, it's harder to justify a purchase that's 50% more or double. So I think that they are in a really good sweet spot for price and being able to build out a large community of people using them. So I hope they don't have to raise prices, or I'm glad that they went with the price that they did. Come on, there we go. A little hard to get these in. Go. It looks like there's a lot of conversation going on that I want to jump into, but let me get these screws on. Dang it, there's a fly circling my head too. It's gonna drive me a little bit crazy. Okay. Man, I'm starting to sweat out here. Don't think it's a good idea to build electronics inside of a kiddie pool, but boy, am I going to be tempted next week. Like, yeah, Daniel plugged in the AC while he was standing 6 inches in water. Come on! Yeah, I wish I had a driver right now. Come on. This driver is driving me crazy, man. I need to get need to order a set of drivers for the garage so I have all the sizes down here. I'm just gonna use this side and just call it good enough. Okay. Okay, that's good enough. Let's flip this up, right? Whoa, and we slammed. And we slammed. Thankfully, nothing seems to have shifted. Okay. Zoom out. There we go. All right, what did I miss? Here we go. The major step change is an index. That is the part of things. Index Pro with higher temp and price tag support. Generally, engineering filaments will change the market for high-end prosumer. What are the limitations of Index, actually? It's 300 Celsius? I'm putting 2.4 accent parts on my U1 right now with a Samla on it out in Panda Breath. Nice. I still have the Panda Breath installed on the P1S, but I also think that I would like to probably put it on the U1. 61 chamber, nice. I need to print ABS, not only PLA and PTG. Pandas aren't really tinker machines anyway. They are more maker machines. Yeah, I agree with that. Only downside of the U1 is the nozzle swapping is like the P1S times 4 tool heads. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? Why is that a downside? I'm thinking about Panda Breath. Me too. Recommend multicolor ASA ABS. Was the original U1 Kickstarter about the same as the Core 1 Index 4 tool upgrade? Was the original U1 Kickstarter about this? You mean price-wise? If I'm not mistaken, the price for the U1 Kickstarter, because I backed it, I think I paid $20 or something like that to get a $100 discount. I think it was like $650, maybe $600. It was pretty dang solid. Kitty pool. You should make a video about multi-material support. Yeah, I've got mixed feels about a lot of it. Like, multi-material support is awesome. Or if you're talking about like support structures, I don't know if you're talking about just mixing materials, but like, so I've been reviewing the X2D and I've used PLA with PTG, PTG with PLA, TPU with PTG. But basically what I'm getting at is PLA and PTG supports and PTG with PLA supports works well a lot of times, but it doesn't work well all the time. For example, I was printing out a figure from Yu-Gi-Oh! And it has a lot of like organic structures, curved surfaces that need supports just all over it. And even though I tried doing just PETG for the interface layer, it ended up failing. The supports did not hold well enough, even with a 0mm gap, because of the fact that it was so awkwardly shaped, right? Like, you have like a functional part, which I think is what a lot of people mostly, maybe not, I don't want to make assumptions. I think a lot of people hey, I'm still working, puppy. Can't be in here right now. Well, if you're gonna be in here right now, you gotta sit over here so Daddy can build stuff, okay? You gotta sit right here, okay? Okay. You gotta just listen, okay? So, if you're looking to print like functional parts that aren't as, you know, organic, the geometry, and they're more hard surfaces, I think that'll work well most of the time. But for what I've done multiple prints now where using PTG for PLA supports, it has failed. It just because of the extent of supports required and sort of the angle of things. So it's definitely not just like a fire and forget. You still have to consider what it's going to hold, because PETG does not want to stick to PLA. That's the bottom line. That's the benefit of it, really, for support purposes. But it just comes down to it just comes down to what the model is. Index had no Kickstarter. Bontek did it all in house. And M110 Sova will be a Kickstarter, but U1 was a Kickstarter. U1 without the pre-order coupon was $750. Okay. M110 isn't closed. Someone knocking on the door. Can you start over? Hey, John, how's it going?
Hey, Don.
Jackie, I gotta build, buddy. Okay, you can say hi. Say it in my microphone.
Hey, Don.
Jack says hi, John. All right. I'm gonna do belt stuff now. You gotta go inside, Bubby. I'm not gonna be able to get work done out here with you out here for 30 minutes, my kiddo. Do you want me to walk you into the garage, or do you want to go back out in the backyard and play? You can't ride your bike because Daddy can't watch you in the front yard right now, bud, and Mommy's with your baby brother. So you got two options. Option number one, Daddy will walk you into the house. You can hang out and just chill for a little bit until we go to gymnastics. Option number two, you can go back in the backyard and play for a little while longer. You gotta pick one of those two things. Backyard? Okay. I only got like 30 more minutes, bud, and then we're gonna go to gymnastics, okay? That's a part for the printer. Careful with that, okay? That's the front of the printer. Don't squeeze it. Look at it, it's got cat ears. See that? Meow. All right, come on, buddy. I gotta go. When you want to go inside, you gotta go inside through the kitchen slider. Mommy will let you in, okay? All right, I love you. I'll see you shortly, okay? All right.
Hey, bud. Kiddo pizza fun. No pineapple, smiley face emoji.
Poor guy, he gives me the sad face. Hey, bud, kiddo pizza fun, no pineapple. Thank you, John. We will definitely get Canadian bacon, extra Canadian pineapple, or extra pineapple. Wait, Canadian bacon's not what it is. It's Hawaiian. What am I saying? Thanks, man. Too bad we can't all wave to Jack and make faces. Yeah, he would love that. All right, man. Let's get the belt path routed. We have not gotten like, and today's been. I'm gonna blame the heat a little bit. He's back in the backyard. All right. Let's get our belts. Where is our dang belt? Here it is. Nope. Yeah, I thought today we'd get through the full tool head. Now I'm like, will we even touch the tool head? Probably not. Today has been the distraction of distraction days for me. All right, so we've got our belt. I'm gonna try to cut this belt in half. Also, someone remind me in like 4 minutes to open up the giveaway. An apple with pins in it? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Let's get this guy going. Okay, so let me just, yeah, that side's one higher. Okay. Steve does this so fast, and I'm over here like doing it so slow. I just feel like when I go quick, I always end up skipping a tooth. We're almost there. Almost there. Okay. So, let me cut. Where's my flush cutters? There we go. Let's cut this right here. Okay. I think that's good. All right. Isn't there a printable tool for doing that somewhere? I don't know. It would be nice if there was, but I have no idea. I've always just done it by hand. Mushroom goes here, not here. You don't like mushrooms? I've never been a big mushroom fan. That's definitely something most of my life where on pizza I could have it, but by itself never was a fan. But as I've grown older, I can do a bowl of sauteed mushrooms. Also stuffed mushrooms. There's an Italian restaurant we go to that has stuffed mushrooms. Oh, you could, I mean, so good. Is my MacBook with a bad keyboard need to be retired in the garage computer that I don't care about? Any reason for picking this kit? I mean, the reason to build this kit would be just you want to build a fun kit, or like maybe you haven't done a kit before. I mean, those would be the main reasons. It's an affordable kit compared to what kit prices usually go for. That's really the main reasons. It's a fun build. Okay, let's get the giveaway link open. I love mushrooms, can't get enough of them. Yeah, I mentioned this before. I feel like I repeat myself a lot, but that's fine. In Sweden, when we'd visit, we used to go pick cantarell mushrooms, and they pan fry them, and I remember those being delicious. Even when I didn't like mushrooms, those were the one mushroom where I'm like, these are not the same as the mushrooms I'm used to having. Neighbor just put his house for sale. Maybe we will be moving to Tennessee earlier. Are you moving out of Illinois? Maybe you told me that. I can't. There's so many people have been moving all over the states. I can't remember if you said you were moving, John, or considering moving. All right, so let's just route some belts, I guess. I think we'll start with, probably we'll put belts in on one side and tighten them down. And then we'll use the other side as our like tensioning side. So let's go like this. I think I should probably put something down so I'm not dropping this directly onto the bed surface right now. Let's go like this. Let's go like that. Okay. Giveaway link is pinned in chat if I didn't just say that. My brain, man. All right, so just so I'm clear, so it looks like it's teeth side up and then the belts are going in and down. So let's, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna feed the belts in through here, is there? From top down like that? I don't see how this is gonna happen. If I shove this belt into here like this, there's no way, there's like no slack. Yeah, that's not happening. That kind of sucks. Gergman, what did you end up doing for this? Did you install the belts with a printer on its side then? So that way the nuts didn't fall out? Because the nuts are gonna fall out and I'm not gonna be able to tension anything. Dropped a link, thank you. Having internet connection issues here. Is anyone else having internet connection issues with the stream? Yeah, these yellow pieces I put on are gonna have to come off, but the issue is once they come off, I don't see any way these belts are passing through these pieces. Tension it with the side pieces. Oh, got it. So you're saying you didn't worry about tensioning it at all. You just basically put it through. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to take off. Probably gonna have to lay this thing on its side again now that I think about it, because the nut's gonna fall out. So let's try this. So let's lay this like this. Okay. Slide this guy like that. Okay. So these need to come out. This is not gonna fly otherwise. So shouldn't, I only had it in like a turn, so it must be sticking to the plastic. There we go. Okay, so yeah, basically teeth. It lags a few seconds. Okay, so someone else is saying it's lagging. That sucks. I wonder if I'll be able to pull these guys tighter with this in place. I really don't like this, like the way they have this tensioning set up, or like attachment point. It's very awkward. Okay, let's see if I can at least get these to be even. That seems even-ish. Okay, let me tighten this. Okay. Okay, so I can pull these now that this is in. It doesn't look. It looks like they're one tooth off, which doesn't make any sense. Looks pretty even. All right, I'm gonna clamp this down. Actually. Hey, Luke. It seems like it's probably okay. Okay, so it's not fully tight right now. I will need to tighten it a little bit more, but it doesn't look like things are able to. It doesn't look like things are able to move. So let's. I don't know. I think I'll route them with it standing up, and then I'll have to lay it down on the other side again. Oh God. Oh, it slammed. I should have the key back thing on. Oh. Well, it's probably fine. It's just a flat base, but that was an aggressive that was an aggressive slam. You'll end up fussing around a lot. Don't overthink this now. All right. Okay, so let's start with the front. So front one is rolling through here, and it looks like, let's see. Okay, so they're doing teeth on smooth idler, which I don't love. I mean, I've done it before and it's worked okay, but generally it's not the best way to do things. Also, these are some very dirty belts. Okay. Okay, so that is through there. And then I assume this is just going all the way over the top. Yeah. So over the top, over the top. Zoom out a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So belt got routed around the idler, around the idler, around the idler, and then I believe this is going to be going around the motor now. I might need some pliers or something to grab it. It might be easier to, let me see if I like something to elevate this a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so this is going around here. Do I have any pliers? I think I've got some needle nose pliers down here. There do. Nope. Maybe tweezers are better. It's kind of tight. Maybe I can just curl the belt. My tool head's smashed around a lot too. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should zip tie the gantry for now. I think if I had zip ties, I could use them to help guide this. The belt just doesn't want to pop up on the other side, and I don't have a lot of space to work or reach right now. I can ask. You guys want to see baby Landon, the biggest baby around? Our giant, a giant baby, the big Don. Where's the flush cutters? Eee. What's up, big guy? Do you want me to hold him? Yeah. Okay. You're gonna. Hi. All right. Here's our almost 10-month-old. He smells like berries.
Berries?
He smells sweet. He's so sweet, dude. Ooh. What do you think? Pretty cool out here, huh? I can't grab those now. Put them back where you got them. You want to say hi again? Kids, all the kids want to come out today. All right, come on, Jackie. Okay. Huh?
He just got diaper changed.
Oh. Well, we got the whole squad out here today. Everyone's saying hi to you.
Hi, everybody.
She says hi back.
Careful, careful.
Okay.
I think I'm going to record the camera.
Oh, the camera's over there. Okay, Aaron's gonna show a close-up of the dawn.
Oh, are you ready? Boom, 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 boom. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, we're going in.
All right, Jackie.
No shoes on.
No, you already pressed 2 buttons today, dude. Go get ready for gymnastics. Okay. I said that right now. Okay. Excuse me. Hey, watch out the camera. Watch out the camera. Jackie, you gotta go. This is the way it is around here. 1 second, happy. Next second, world is falling apart. It is, there's a lot of highs and a lot of lows. But a lot more positive. But yeah, Jackson, definitely. Also, to be fair, like, Jackson stopped napping a while back, and he is not ready to stop napping. And the mood swings around, I'm trying to find tweezers, guys. Mood swings around midday are pretty wild because of that. So, all right, I'm gonna try to get this belt through for the 8th time now. Maybe I gotta be doing this wrong, man. There's gotta be. Let's see if I go like this. There we go. I found a better way to do it. Okay, so belts. Oh, you got twins, dude? I couldn't do that. I couldn't imagine, man. Oh man. Like we humor helps a lot, Aaron and myself. I'd like to think we both have a pretty good sense of humor, and so there's been plenty of situations where it's like, do we cry? And you're like, no. Like we'll just find the humor and laugh about this. Okay, so I've got this all around. The only thing left is I think to tuck it over this final bearing like this. Okay, but wait, why is that twisting? No, yeah, we're good. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that loose right now. We're gonna try to route the second belt, and then once I get it over to this side, we'll turn on that side, pull it through, and then I'll try to tension it a little bit. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Hangry, yeah. Well, what I heard was misses his nap time. Yeah, I do miss my nap time. I won't deny that. My brother got twins, man. Yeah, I couldn't imagine, dude. Like, I think, like, at least Jackson now, like, there's a lot of things he's a lot more independent. And yeah, I couldn't imagine what it would be. Maybe like after, like, if we had twins with Landon, like we could have figured it out. But on a first go, especially, I don't know, man. It would be challenging. Okay, so for this one, God, I really don't. I really wish, I almost wonder if I should, like, okay. Not a big fan of routing. I mean, everyone knows that me and belts, right, are like not always something, but definitely not crazy about the belt routing process on this. Come on. There we go. Okay. Okay, that goes like that. Then this is going around the motor. There we go. Then this is going up like this and over the idler, then back down. I think it just goes under the idler. I think that's right. Let me verify that I didn't screw something up here. Let's see. I had 2 sets of twins? Oh my gosh. That is wild. Did you guys have 2 sets of twins? Was it like in vitro or whatever? Or is it just like, I feel like having 2 sets of twins, like naturally would have to be almost unheard of, right? My kids are exactly 2 years and 6 months apart, and they're constantly mistaken for twins. That's pretty close to our boys. So Jackson is March and Landon is August. So March, April, May, June, July, August. So yeah, we're 2 years, 5 months apart. Mine were both boy and girl. Wow, both fraternal. So both hurtful. That's wild. That is so wild. You're just going to have to fuss around with the belts on this. Was not straightforward due to the only okay instructions. Got it. Yeah, I think we're pretty okay at this point. I just want to verify on the second belt that I just ran right now. So I did go straight down, which is right. And I went around the belt, and then up top it has to go, and then it just drops over underneath that one and through. Yeah, I think we're fine. So the next thing I'm gonna have to do is, though, I'm gonna have to lay this thing on its side like we just did a second ago. Gosh, I wish I had more hands. Let's see. So move some of this stuff out of the way. Move this guy like this. Turn you like this. All the belts are gonna want to go flying. Okay. Something's wrong because the belts are like now different sizes. So I must have popped out of somewhere. No, we're fine. Everything's fine. Okay. So what I'm gonna do at this point is John with the 6 months. Just the coolest content. Oh, dude, I don't know about all that, but I appreciate the kind words, man. Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, what we're gonna do at this point is we're gonna completely take off this yellow cap, and then I am going to attempt to loosely route the belts through, and then kind of pull them tight, and then verify. Well, okay, we'll get them loosely through, then we'll verify that everything is still lined up correctly. Then I'll pull them tight, and then we'll work on belt tensioning. So let's see. Let's get this out of here because I've discovered that it seems like it's impossible to get the belt started with this in place. So this is on the right side, like so. This is on the left side, like that. And then I think I can just start to tighten this down a little bit, like that. Okay, can I still pull these? Sure can. All right, so I'm gonna try to tension these like, that looks pretty dang even. Let's go ahead and tighten this more now. My wife and my birthday are 6 months and 18 days apart, and my 2 sons are also 6 months. Wow, that's crazy. We're one big symmetrical family. Yeah, Aaron's older than me by a few months. Like 2.5 months. which I've always had fun with. I tell everyone this is my Cougar, especially for the 2 months or so when like the number is actually different. I'm like, this is my Cougar. Okay, so I'm gonna tighten this guy. Okay, so now both belt tensioning sides should be even. Or tight, I guess. Maybe not even, that probably isn't the correct word. Okay, so let's verify I didn't screw anything up as I was putting everything back together. So I'm just gonna, at this point, follow the belt path. So this guy goes through right here. Okay, this one I can already tell is wrong. Something is off with... Oh, it's just the motor mount that's off. Got it. Okay, no, everything's fine. So idler, 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 motor, idler. That looks fine. Okay, so then the other guy is going down around the motor, which seems fine, but I do need to seat those in a second here. And this is going up. This is going over. This is, oh my gosh, everything is in where it's supposed to. Nothing popped out. That's wild. That doesn't happen. That does not happen to me. All right. Okay, so now it's having us do key back, and then it's having us do tool head. The thing I'm curious about is if we go to, I want to download the Voron switchwire manual really quickly here and see if there's any additional information on tensioning that, if not, I'm just gonna wing it and hope for the best. But I'm curious to see if in this manual, motor mount installation, push the motor mount as far up as they slot into your parts. Okay. So yeah, this is where we would have just been. We did the X. X carriage we did. Obviously the X carriages are quite different. Okay, so belt path. Interesting. So they don't really cover tension here either. Okay, so now I just want to think a little bit. So the way this works is, here, let's go sideways. Is that in focus or no? Not really. Okay, so pulling this down obviously adjusts tension. Pushing this block, how is this adjusting tension? So this is going to, is there potentially a, I'm just not sure if, let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That does tension. That does tension. Okay, so that's our adjustment. Okay, got it. So this is what we're adjusting tension with, and then once we're happy with this, we lock that in. That's what it's doing. That's what it seems like to me. Hey, Zombie's here. How's it going, man? You survived, come back out? Oh. You survived Murph, man. I'll let him out. Come here, monkey. You can go potty? Did you hear that HOA already approved it? Yeah. So this morning they said they were submitting it to the architectural board, and then the architectural board emailed back saying they're ready. So the next thing is permits. I gotta probably, I can try calling, but the lady I spoke with on the phone last time, not super helpful. So I'm wondering if I go down there in person and bring the plans and everything like that and like lay it out, if I'll get answers quicker. I got home at 2 a.m. Wait, today you got home at 2 a.m.? As the yell bit pulls up, it pulls the motor mount down. Same as switchwire underwire. I haven't had to adjust the switchwire underwire in a long time. I just don't remember how it works. Wait. Oh, it's because the yellow bit has a hook on it, isn't it? So it hooks onto the extrusion. The extrusion channel? Come on, buddy. I don't know if Monkey went to the restroom at all. It looked like he just stood there, soaked up sun for like 20 seconds. Come on, buddy. I don't think he went to the restroom at all. Okay, so I think that it's completely loose, and right now I feel it like engaging with the channel. So I'm gonna do that on both sides. Okay. Honestly, the tension feels... I'm not sure that this is good, but like it feels pretty good already without me adjusting much of anything. Let's see. 1, 2. Maybe not. Maybe it does need more than that. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going tighter than that, man. That feels... I think I might have too much tension, honestly. We're gonna leave it though. Yeah, we're gonna leave it. Yeah, we're gonna leave it, but there might be too much tension. That feels kind of aggressive, but that's fine. Okay. Are these flush against the... Hold on, let me loosen these. I want to make sure that the motors are flush against... Or the... Not the motor, but the printed parts are flush against the... Yeah, they think they were. Okay. This side's definitely being a bit weirder. Okay. I don't know, that feels definitely a lot tighter than my y-axis is. I don't know, man. I'm like second guessing myself. I don't have another printer out here for reference to like feel tension. I only feel my V0. It's definitely tighter than my V0 is. We're gonna leave it. Worst comes to worst, my belt stretch a little bit, which they will stretch a little bit, I'm sure. So we'll go with it for now. Back it up, have a turn. I can back it up half a turn. Let's leave it for now. Let's leave it by now. Let's see once it starts going, we'll see how things are working. But for right this second, let's just leave it. Okay. Okay. Ow. That was weird. Something cracked in my finger and then I felt tingling in my fingers. That was not good. Printing today? No way, man of the croc. No way. We are doing our giveaway though in just a second here. Thank you so much also for 27 months, man. A lot of new memberships today. Thank you everybody for, like I said, hanging out, man. Hanging out in the hot, what did I say? I think I said last year, the hottest stream around by temperature, you know? Yeah, we're doing the giveaway. So I'll leave it up. The link is pinned in chat for another minute and then I'll remove it and give you guys one more minute. Let's see, zombie. Yeah, okay, got it yesterday. How are you feeling? I spent the day in Chicago on Monday and had a late flight out. Nice. How was the event? So yeah, I was severely wrong, on what I thought we were gonna get done today. I can't blame Jack for all of it. Jack only took like 10 minutes of my my time, so it was largely a me thing. Belt position, yeah, I think the belt positioning looks fine. That motor, once this is actually rolling, then I'll be able to tell if I need to adjust stuff, but it's not centered on the pulley. That one looks a little bit better, but it's not rubbing either at this point. I'm curious to see if I go up to the top. That seems like it's pretty dang straight, so. Yeah, so next week will be the week we actually do toolhead. Which is fine, because it gives me time to actually print out parts for Unimog before we get started on that, so. Key back. All right, I'm gonna remove the link for the giveaway, so if you're filling it out, you've got another 60 seconds. Prep was good. We had a building all to ourselves. Oh, nice. Wait, is it not? Did they change location? I haven't been in some years now. I think the last time I went was like 3 or 4 years ago. Did they change location? It used to be like it was in like a singular barn building, if I remember correctly. I don't see the pieces for this. Oh wait, I'm looking at the boron switch wire. That should not have 2 manuals up. That is dangerous. Okay, here we go. All right, so yeah, we don't have any. We don't have any. Let me change the track. I'm probably going to just install the keyback before next week's stream, which is basically just 2 bolts. And then this little piece right here. That way next week we're just attacking the toolhead. I want to get the full toolhead done, man. We've got to do from A to Z on toolhead next week. If we do toolhead next week, I strongly believe we can have it powered on the following week. So 2 weeks from today, maybe pushing plastic. Yeah, that's going to be the dream. They added a small air condition. Oh, nice. I believe that's the one they used. The one that used to be. Got it. What was turnout like? Like, you've gone to multiple of them, I'm sure. So compared to like previous years, yeah, air conditioning sounds awesome. That sounds so nice. I remember it being really humid. It is a dragon burner. Yeah, it's a dragon burner with cat ears. And then they have a custom boom board that they use for the toolhead as well. All right, let me change the camera to me so I don't accidentally show people's emails. We've got 79 responses, 79 entries. Boom, boom. All right. If you haven't hit the like button, let's see, we're at 45 likes. The goal is 60. Can we hit 60? That is our target. Probably about as much as last year in the other building. Okay, cool, nice. Yeah, someone said that the people running it are changing though after this year. Watching you build this makes me think the E3 and Jill about to start. If only Siboor still sold Underwire kits. Oh, they stopped selling Underwire kits? I didn't know that. I haven't looked, like, after the Underwire build, I haven't really talked to Siboor or like really followed much until I saw the boom pop up. But I haven't checked out their like catalog to see how it's changed since then. Wet floors, yeah, I remember the wet floors being problematic. Have you tried pressure advanced sensors and self-load printers like Voron? Seems like a cool thing. No, I've only ever seen, probably a year or two ago, there was someone with a 2.4, I think, that was using some sort of laser technology to do automatic pressure advance, but I never saw that evolve into anything else. So, okie dokie. For anybody that has not been here for one of our giveaways, Polymaker is our awesome provider of our giveaways. They are global, so no matter where you're at, you get to be a part of it. If you're in the US, Canada, and a handful of other places and you win, you'll end up getting a gift card. Everywhere else, you get to pick a spool of filament off their website up to $35, I think that's US, in value. And I will send the winner an email within 24 hours that will have a form and a unique ID that you'll need to be able to fill out and submit that form. So thank you to Polymaker for being awesome, letting us do these giveaways. And on that note, how many times are we shuffling? Trying to think if there's any numbers. Today's build 5. I think it'll take 7 builds to complete this, so we could do 7 for that. Trying to think if there's any other numbers I've got. 53, 18, 8. 53 feels too high. 53 pounds. All right, nice. All right, nice. We'll do that for you, man. We're gonna do 53 for nice. For losing 50. You said 50? Yeah, 50. We'll do that. Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3. All right, everybody. Good luck to each and every one of you. In 3, 2, here we go. Lisa! Lisa, congratulations! Lisa is this week's winner. That is a very familiar person. It's been a while. I know you've won it once before, but I think it was only once before, and I think it was a long time ago. So that is awesome. I will probably just shoot you a message on Discord for that and get you the link and the code that you'll need. But congratulations, Lisa. That is awesome. Yeah, on that note, I think I'm going to run. I'm gonna get something cold to drink because I am sweaty and not quite stinky yet, but definitely sweaty. Next week it's gonna be hottin', so it'll be about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and we'll be working on the Dragon Burner. I'm going to do my best to be a bit more focused next Wednesday because I'd like to get Dragon Burner completely done and mounted. So the following week we're just doing like electronics and hopefully powering it up and pushing plastic. That's the goal. So we will do our best to accomplish that. But yeah, thank you everyone for being awesome, for hanging out. Like I said, there was a ton of renewed memberships today, which is always crazy to see how long some of you guys have been a part of this journey. Like, I'm like, you guys were following here before I was married and before I was 30 and before any kids. Like, it's wild. So ice cold Corona with lime. Oh man, that sounds... I haven't had a Corona in a long time. Growing up, the 2 beers I remember my parents having somewhat often, and when I say often, my parents didn't drink a ton, but like if they were having like, usually if my parents were having like tacos, if they were making tacos from scratch, they'd have a beer. But it was either Corona with lime or Heineken. And I've had plenty of Heinekens over the years. It's definitely like if my dad's coming over for a game or something like that, and I'm like, hey, let's have a beer. Usually we'll like have a Heineken, but Corona with lime sounds delicious right now. I might need to make that happen. I forgot all about Coronas, honestly. God, it's been a long time. Heineken's really good. Yeah, when Erin was pregnant and she wanted to have like a drink, she would have Heineken Zero, which tastes honestly just like Heineken. Like if you like swapped them out or filled one, I probably couldn't tell you the difference. But because of that, she's like she just doesn't want Heineken now. I don't know, like, but I like Heineken. Me and my dad will do a cold one. So, all right, everybody, thank you all for being awesome, and I will catch you guys next week. There won't be a video this Saturday. I'm deep in the wrapping up the review of the Bamboo X2D, so I'm basically just printing kind of nonstop right now, and that will be out next Saturday. And yeah, thank you all for being just freaking awesome, man. Zombie with the umbrella! Thank you for the $1.49, man. I'm gonna put that towards my limes for my Corona. Yeah, thank you guys. Have a wonderful week, and I will catch you guys all next time. Cheers. Bye, everyone.